So this is my Maker Faire project. It's an animatronic head. It has a Raspberry Pi camera in each eye. They're ping pong balls for eyes and SG90 servos to move the eyes, and some Dynamixel servos to move the head. Unfortunately, I left the PS3 controller at work. I was showing it off at work and packed everything up except for that. So I did show off my little display, which is my HDMI panel for the Raspberry Pi, and I have let's see here. Oh, I got it.
Left.
That's not creepy at all.
So there's a I2S speaker and stereo microphone for being able to talk and listen. And so the idea is that this will be sitting on the table at Maker Faire, and there'll be OpenCV doing face tracking, so the eyes will track people as they walk by, and if they go out of the range of the eye movement, then the head will start following, move as well to track them. And
stick out its tongue.
there's no tongue, unfortunately. And be able to talk and listen. So if somebody says hi or something, it can say hi back, or it's all being worked on. Unfortunately, it's still a work in progress, which, like most things here, are never done. So, if anyone wants to see the insides, see how everything was all packed in here together. So, plexiglass.
The eyes can rotate up and down.
Yes, so 2 axes for each eye. They're independent. 3 axes for the head, so you can nod up and down, shake your head left and right, and tilt sideways as well. So it should be fairly creepy.
Where'd you get the skin?
Spirit, probably.
Just on Amazon. It's a Halloween mask, just your basic latex mask.
So you could use like a Freddy Krueger mask or something?
Sure, yeah, or monster mask or whatever you want. I was trying to go for as uncanny valley as I could get. I do have a wig that goes on it as well, so that I don't know, may or may not improve the creepiness. I don't know.
Put a fedora on it.
We are taking people now whose name is Ralph. Anybody? Ralph, there's Ralph. Ralph is going to discuss Botnik briefly, because we're near the point where we do announcements, and then he's also going to show his robot. Ralph Hibbs.
Yeah. So, I was joking about, how it's kind of odd that there's 3 Ralphs here, but and of course I was thinking, in a robotics club meeting, of course there's at least 3 Ralphs, right? So, okay, let's see. Do this. So, it's a little big for some reason. But anyway, Botnik is May 11th. This is just a casual robot picnic, Botnik. And I was going to do a couple of events, Robo Magellan event, and then Sample Robotic Retrieval Challenge style event for people who want to come out and do that sort of thing outdoors. And I've published this before, and I also have a been on the email list, the Google group list that we have, and I've got a Google Drive with some files and stuff on there. The only real update I wanted to publish is, just to let people know it's still on. I'm still planning on doing this up at Baylands there, Lawrence 237 area. I did go out and kind of survey the site a couple weeks ago. There are a few guys who fly either airplanes or drones sort of down at the right end of the park. So in this view, kind of over to the right there. And but for the most part, they kind of stay down toward the right. So down, and the guard who runs the place, or I checked in and said, yeah, if you stay toward the left, the west end or the north end, they tend not to go over there. That's they kind of hang out down at the other end. So I kind of decided maybe we should move things a little further to the left for the event. So I just sort of quickly scratched out a slightly more western area for doing this. It's a little tough to see, but in the lower right corner there's an S. That's where the starting cone would be. And then lower left corner has a 1, and upper right is a 2, and then upper left is an E for the end or final cone. And it's just simple, basic Roval Magellan course. There's not a lot of obstacles there. At this point for something pretty basic. We could try to do something down in where that X is. That's the picnic area that we have that we've reserved. In theory, we could try to do something in there. It's a little smaller, and there's a lot of obstacles. There's some trees and a bunch of neat stuff there. Again, if folks want to do it, this is just supposed to be kind of a fun, casual event, so we can kind of do whatever you want. I did take a few pictures of the grounds, just if you're curious. Here's the picnic area that we have. It's sort of looking left. There's a big tree there. It's looking right. There's a tree. There's some kids stuff there on the right there. We have that whole area where that little kid area thing is there. But again, depending on what you want to do with it. Here's this is going from the picnicky area out into the big open field area. And there's a little bridge there, and for extra points, if you want to try to navigate your bot, start back here and navigate over the bridge out into the area. Hey, whatever.
The bonus cone should be on the bridge.
Sorry.
Bonus cone in the middle of the bridge.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. We're down in this ditch here. The bridge kind of goes over this ditch area here.
It's just to go for the ditches,
Very
water
exciting.
and alligators.
Yeah, right, that's why I got these great big tires. So I can drive down into that ditch. To the right, it's a little gnarly. To the left, it's not quite so bad, a little more manageable. This is kind of an idea of what the grass looks like there. You can kind of see it's been freshly mowed when I was there 3 weeks ago. There's a lot of those clumps of cut grass and stuff. So, and the grass is somewhat tall, not real tall, but I mean a little bit. So, just keep that in mind. You'll be able to deal with that sort of stuff. There's this, yeah.
This spot's bigger than ringer. I think they just brought a ringer to your robot.
Yeah.
My wheels are bigger than Marco's.
So one thing I did find that was kind of interesting, there's like a La Brea tar pit kind of thing going on over here to the left, so we'll have to maybe start just past that or something, but unless you want to keep that in as an obstacle, mud pit, maybe broken sprinkler or something there. And then this is kind of what it looks like when you get to the far end of the course. There's a dirt road there on the far side of the grass. No big deal. Oh, there's Marco. Those are last time. And then the rest of this is the same old stuff, the rules, and then the SRC rules and that kind of thing. So samples and for that and so forth. So anyway, that's really all it is about that I wanted to talk about for that. Just sort of moving the Roval Magellan course a little further away from the drone guys, and then some pictures that I took as an update, and that's about it.
Oh.
And yeah.
Sorry if I missed it. What time were you thinking?
The area, the big field area is a first come, first serve thing. So, and it opens at 8. So I'm gonna get there at 8 and try to grab, and mark off this area that we want to use. If I can scroll back up there. And, if somebody wanted to, help me out with putting some cones out and maybe some, police tape or something to kind of mark off that area, that'd be cool. So, and then whenever people want to show up and start running the robot, it's all very casual. This is not like a, U.S. Robotics Association certified event, or anything funny like that. It's just,
Cash prizes.
casual,
What about the cash prizes?
Cash prizes,
Ralph?
absolutely. I'm gonna bring a sack of quarters. And you get one.
Somebody mentioned
And
check.
so that's kind of all I really wanted to say about that. Unless there's any other questions, I can quickly talk about my robot real fast.
What was the day again?
Absolutely. So this is my bot that I'm gonna bring for the Roval Magellan event.
What was the date again?
May 11th.
May 11th. May 11th, 8 a.m.
So you should try to talk to Ralph in our free time a little bit later or during the break after 8 o'clock. We have a lot of people showing robots, and we also have an exciting demo at 8. So we're going to try to kind of move things along.
Yes. So this is it. I just basically, this top may look familiar from last time. This is what I've been using, and I just put it on a new chassis with a little lower center of gravity, a little wider stance, basically. And it's using a pixie cam to spot the cones. I don't use GPS anymore. I just use wheel odometry and the BNO 055 IMU for course. And I kind of do it that way, you know, course and distance and that kind of thing. So, you know, and I've got my LEDs to kind of compete with Marco. He's got a lot of LEDs.
You all
So I
never-
figured I'd add some LEDs. Someone asked about the siren.
Hey,
The
you don't have
siren
to
is
win
very,
every
very
competition.
important. You have to have the siren. You know, the Euro siren, kind of like Marco had, to scare people off so they don't step in front of your bot. Very important stuff. Anyway, it'll be fun. See how it goes. Thanks.
Very good.
Alrighty.
I'm going to be doing the FPGA class. The talk is next month, the teaser talk, and then the following month we'll be building a robot. And the platform that we've chosen for it, I'm doing this with Brandon Blodgett and
Brandon Blodgett. Huh?
yeah, and Bob Smith. So we're
Bob
kind of
Smith, he's
we're
awesome.
putting together a curriculum for it. So we decided we're going to go with this the Romy platform from Pololu. And what's nice about it is they have a whole bunch of modules that sort of plug in, take care of the power distribution and motor control, and that frees us from turning this FPGA class into a soldering and assembly class and wiring up your breadboard thing. So it lets a lot of stuff be plug and play. And the FPGA that we're going for, it's called the Tiny FPGA. Which happens to be very, very small, if you can imagine. But that's going to give us enough, GPIO and enough space on the device itself to build some cool peripherals. And we're going to have the FPGA talking to a Raspberry Pi, so that you can basically do things from a high-level Linux perspective, and use some of the tools that you're used to with the Raspberry Pi already. Even plug it into ROS, but we're not going to be necessarily covering that kind of stuff. But you can also then implement some, low-level motor controllers or sensor interfaces on the FPGA itself. So that's sort of the basis for it. Yeah.
Question?
Yep.
Can it do line follow by the time RoboJam happens next
I don't know about next month, but the idea is to put cliff sensors and sonar on it so that it can do the level 2 tabletop challenge.
What's the cost of the kit?
Not totally sure yet. I forgot what it was, but I think it's going to be it's like under $100 or something like that.
So watch the forum,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm sure there'll be posts on the forum that you can follow, and Patrick and Bob and so forth will help explain more there.
Yep, and we'll put together a more formal BOM for you guys, and get all that stuff kitted and all that.
So we've attached a gyro sensor and a sonar sensor and a bump sensor to a robot in order to teach it in order to try to experiment with autonomous navigation. So we wrote a program that uses the sonar sensor to sense the wall in front, then turn away from the obstacle and go in the opposite direction. And we're still working on the gyro sensor, but the problem with the gyro sensor is that because it's hard to get all the motors to turn off when you need them to. So once it passes the certain angle it needs to, it passes the angle it needs to turn to. So we still need to figure out how to stabilize it to the correct angle.
I promise that the robot has not been broken for like 3 months. This literally just happened.
That's the rule of demos. That's how that works.
But like it's like a really, really simple robot. It just has like a frame with the brain attached to it with 4 wheels, and then like a little panel in the front for the turntable. But yeah, it's a really, really simple robot.
Is that holonomic drive?
Huh?
Is that holonomic drive the way those wheels work?
Moves in X, Y, and Z.
sorry, not Z, X and Y.
Yeah, just X and Y.
Yeah, just-
movement.
They actually come with the only
Hello, my name is.
It works better if you hold it to your mouth.
You don't have to, it's okay, whatever you're comfortable with.
So, yeah, just a couple days ago, beforehand, we used to have it so that one joystick could control the movements of the robot, but then we decided to experiment with different kinds of navigation. So right now he programmed it a couple days ago to tank style, where each joystick on either side controls each set of wheels. So the left joystick would control this motor, right joystick controls this motor. And so we're still working on navigation with that. We also have a color sensor here at the bottom, these two, to get it to try to follow a line. Again, we're still working on sorting out specific kinks, but by and large, the program has been following lines pretty successfully.
All right.
Yeah.
What software are you using?
We're using Python, but we're thinking about switching to C++ because the documentation is pretty bad for Python.